doing something for the day which you can easily manage, keeping yourself fit, balanced diet, and nutritional supplements. That's what keeps me fit and glowing.
Join the movement. Change what you can with the MG ZS EV.
Hi Shilpa, hi Mallika. Welcome to Luxbook Top 50's video session. I am very, very pleased to have you both here. And I'm going to start a wellness trends discussion by asking you all that what do both of you all do for an amazing body and the glowing skin as we can see. So Shilpa, do you want to start?
Sure. Thanks, Riddhi. Thanks so much for having us here. I have a very balanced approach towards my fitness regime. Eat well. So I do not follow a very particular diet or go towards any specific diet, but what works for me. So have a balanced diet, eat carbs also, eat veggies also, eat fruits also. So at regular intervals, do some activity during the day, which you can easily do. It could be a walk, run, dance. So I like to either walk or dance. Of course, dance makes me glow further. I love to dance. And of course, nutritional supplements. I do take my nutritional supplements along with it. As we know that, when we talk about even being fit, we know just going to the gym or doing fitness activity is not enough, but having the right nutrition is also equally important. So it's a holistic approach. So one has to look everything in a holistic way, and that's what I do, and I think that's what I live by.
Awesome. And Mallika?
Yeah, my approach is not so far off, honestly. Obviously, I try to maintain regular exercise because, especially in times like this, where we've just been sedentary for so many months, it's that much more important to keep moving. So of course I try and incorporate movement and exercise and Physique 57, into my daily routine, but it is really tremendously about balance. That's the key, I think, to any sustainable wellness routine. So a balanced diet, I'm the same. Shilpa, I don't veer towards any specific diet. I do refrain, in the last year, I've approached the vegan lifestyle a little bit more. So I would say I'm vegetarian, but I'm vegan most of the time, and sometimes I'm vegetarian, which has really, I've seen a lot of changes in my health and just my skin, my state of mind, my energy levels. I've definitely seen a difference in terms of that. But balance is key, and sleep is key for me. So not many times, I don't get many times during the day to nap, unfortunately, but the nighttime sleep, I do everything I can to maximize that nighttime sleep and try and get at least 7 hours. That's the goal. 7 hours with twins is a good accomplishment. Good. So that's what I aim for.
Nice. I'm glad that you brought up the lockdown and how all of us have been sort of scooped up in our houses and perhaps obviously not been able to go to gyms and follow the routine that we already had. So in the lockdown and after that and in the pandemic, how has people's perception towards wellness changed and evolved? Mallika?
Yeah, I think the biggest shift that we've seen is that it's front and center for most people now, all of a sudden. I mean, there were so many things that were important before this time, and now health and wellness is just top of mind for everyone globally. And I think accessibility is key. So, we've had to shift our entire program online, which is, we're very lucky in the fact that we've been able to move our business online and that we still have an offering online, that because our method doesn't involve a lot of equipment, and you can really use your own body weight for resistance, or light weights, or even water bottles or wine bottles that you have lying around the house. We've had to be really portable in that way, so that fitness and health and wellness could be more accessible. So I think that's been the biggest shift for us, just the virtual platform, due to the fact that people want to incorporate this into their daily routines much more now than ever.
Shilpa, what's your take on it?
So I feel that this whole pandemic has made us realize that we can't take things for granted. You know, we all have gone through this, and there's a total shift in our thought process. Even you know, things like immunity. Before this, we were never talking about something like immunity. All of a sudden, we are saying, let's have a vitamin C, let's have our zinc, D3. You know, you have a good nutrition, have home cooked meal. Of course, pandemic didn't allow us to eat outside, but this whole thing about preventive wellness, about immunity, all that, I think that change has happened, and I've seen we've all seen and experienced it, that people have started thinking about it, and they are more cautious about these things, that we take care of ourselves from within and not just from outside. So it is, I feel this whole pandemic has also made us realize this approach one needs to take about being holistic about everything, even our health. You know, just topical, just fitness, you know, just hitting the gym is not just going to help you, but we need to also work from within as well, that aspect. And I think generally people have become conscious about their health per se.
And obviously, when people's perceptions change, they also bring about a change in the industry. And for players such as you, who are very active in the wellness and fitness front. So, Mallika, how do you think the wellness business has evolved over the years? And what do you think is the future of it, especially in India?
So this is a really interesting question. I think, you know, two things that I've noticed the shift in. So one of the things that I've seen much more recently is just along the lines of what Shilpa said, that wellness is much more proactive these days than reactive. And I think when I first started to get into the field over here in this country, I noticed that health and wellness was very reactive. Okay, if you had a symptom or you had an ailment or you had an illness, you were in the system. Otherwise, you were just kind of doing your own thing. And, you know, I think that now people are paying attention to their lifestyle habits and their supplements or their workout routines in a different way. I think they are viewing it more holistically. I think they are looking to be more proactive in terms of not just avoiding illness, but improving their overall, you know, physical, emotional, and social well-being. I think that is really top of mind for people. So that shift I've definitely noticed over the years, now more than ever, but I think it was happening even before COVID. The other thing I think, which is really key, is global perspectives. I think the Indian consumer is becoming much more aware of trends and or, you know, sustainable habits that can be incorporated into their lives over here. They're paying attention to what's happening on that front globally. And they're paying attention to, you know, they're paying attention to brands globally. They're paying attention to lifestyle habits globally. And they're much more educated, and they're able to incorporate that global perspective into their personalized routines over here. So I've definitely seen that shift as well.
It's so nice. I can just think same things what you're talking.
Yeah, no, I know. It's a pretty, I mean, that's the response, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we're seeing it across fitness and nutrition.
Yes, totally.
So, Shilpa, if I had to ask you that on the same lines where Mallika spoke about sustainability and global trends, but what are these trends? What would you say are the top 3 trends that have picked up in India recently, which people are warming up to? And what do you think will be the biggest wellness trends going forward? So we had fad diets and all of that, but what is it right now?
A very interesting question, I must say, Riddhi. So like I mentioned before, and even Mallika has mentioned it. The biggest shift or trend that I see that people will start thinking holistically. We've also heard people talking about mental wellness, right? We've spoken, like Malika mentioned, people were reactive. Now it's more about being preventive. So preventive wellness. So I would say preventive wellness right up there, being something that everybody will start thinking. Then something that I feel people have recently moved towards is nature sourced products. So when we talk about nutrition also, no, getting back into traditional and modern. So getting that combination together is what people have moved towards, and I feel that's something that we will see happening further as well. So preventive wellness, nature sourced aspect to it, and I think a holistic approach overall. That's where I feel the wellness trend is going to move towards, and something we talk about. I don't know if we've spoken about this term, but health tech. You know,
Yeah. Just
yeah.
gonna, yeah. Yeah.
So that's going to be a game changer, I feel. And COVID has, the situation has told us that it's uh, work from home. We could never
Yeah.
imagine that we could work in at home. All of a sudden, we have seen that shift. And even when things become normal, we know that this is going to be the new normal, even in that scenario, because why not work from home? Similarly, health coming from health and technology put together is health tech. So either you, like Malika said, they could move digitally easily, and people are finding it easier to give time to their fitness with this kind of technology than they were earlier. So health tech is another big area that I see as a future trend or wellness trend that can happen. Similarly, everything going e-commerce or even your online consultations. So that's the kind of shift that we all will see. People would want to keep doing that.
And
Yeah, Riddhi, I didn't answer this part of the question, but I mean, I have to jump in on the health tech
please,
part, obviously,
please.
because that's such a big part of of our platform. But I think technological advances that are simple but allow people to simply incorporate, health and lifestyle changes into their daily routines are going to be really important. So you're seeing a lot crop up. And one of the risks with that, and we can get into that, I'm sure you have other questions along this topic, but one of the risks with that is that nobody knows what is credible information and what they should trust and what app to use and what platform to use, and which way to go and which way to turn. And I think that this is happening now. It'll settle out where, credibility is going to be incredibly important. And the quality of information that you're putting across as a health or wellness platform is going to matter. The background of the people who are representing those brands, the people who are, delivering the services or the products within those brands, that's going to be really important. The science behind the health information that's going on there, that's going out there, is going to be incredibly important. Another trend that I think that we're going to see a lot of is socializing around wellness. So, before, where people would go out for a drink or go to a restaurant or go socialize and meet in groups or parties for different occasions, I think that people will also start to socialize wellness and bring wellness, fitness. They'll be talking about it a lot more in social settings. And similarly for travel. So just like they socialize it in their social interactions, and they bring it up in their social interactions, I think that they're going to be incorporating it in travel, and you'll see a lot more
Wellness travel, all the wellness programs that.
Yeah, wellness retreats,
Yeah.
health retreats, where programs like ours are sort of incorporated, but the overall goal is wellness around those different things that we used to do before COVID.
And yes, that was going to be my next question, Mallika, that when we talk about digitization, and obviously that your entire offline program is now online and you do it beautifully. But what have been the challenges of, transiting from an offline space to online space, and how do you plan to further this experience in the future?
Yeah, that's a great question. And, as many challenges as there have been, I have to say overall, it's been a huge opportunity for our company. So we've been really lucky that way. The challenge is that everyone has gone online. The challenge is that people who didn't necessarily have the ability or even the, they were maybe doing other things. They've sort of made this shift into their passion, and everybody's offering some sort of fitness or wellness advice or guidance in some way. I mean, you see a lot more, I shouldn't say everybody, but you see a lot more of that today. And so that's been challenging because, again, we have a confused consumer. They don't know who to listen to. They don't know why, to listen to those people. There's just so much information out there that it can be very confusing. And I think that that's exciting because it offers variety to consumers. But I think that they will definitely, brands will settle into their own and figure out really what their core offering is, who is their target audience. And I think as time goes on and people start to realize options that are sustainable for them. So it's one thing to go in the direction of every trend, but that's not sustainable. So I think that for when clients start to realize habits that are sustainable, that make sense, and they actually see visible improvements and feel visible improvement, feel, physical improvement, I think that those brands will sort of speak for themselves. But those have been the challenges that we faced.
Yeah, I think, sorry, Riddhi,
No,
I'd
go
love
on.
to add on to that. And I see the same challenge in nutrition area as well, going from what Mallika said, that, when wellness, we talk about, so many companies and products have come up around that area that it creates a confusion. And similarly, even in nutrition, we've seen that a lot of brands have come up in the market, and there's a confusion in the minds of consumer, which one to go for. And, there's so many of them in the market. And I see that a big challenge right now for everyone. So that will, such challenges do come when we see any such pandemic. Of course, everybody wants to take opportunity in that. But at the same time, I think, like Mallika mentioned, over a period of time, people will realize what's good for them and what works, because it is important to go for the right ingredient, right nutrition, and not just go for what's cheaper or what's just coming up there. So that, I think, will settle over a period of time. I thought it was only in the nutrition industry. Now I can think from her point of view as well.
Absolutely. We have many more fitness instructors, we have many more fitness platforms that we, that never even existed. And look, it's an exciting time. That it's exciting that people are thinking health and wellness, because it's good for our brands in the long term, right? And it's good for the consumer in the long term. So everybody's happy. But these are some of the challenges, I think, right now.
Yeah. Okay, and how have you all utilized the digital platform to communicate with your consumers? And as we discussed, that there is so much of information right now, so give out the right information. So how have you all utilized the digital platform? And as I asked earlier, what is coming up next? Like, what are both your brands working on right now, and how are you all going to enhance the experience that you already give to your consumers?
Yeah, so I can take this one first.
Yeah.
Okay. So for us, I think the biggest thing that we didn't want to lose when we went online, the biggest thing that we wanted to maintain is the live experience, the connective experience. There's something called the Kohler effect, which takes place, which we sort of apply to the group fitness environment, which is that humans perform better when they're in a group environment because of a little bit of competition and the fact that nobody wants to be the weakest link, but mostly motivation, right? So it was really important for us to not lose that element of community. when we went online. And so of all of the different mediums out there, it was really important that we still provide a group environment for our people, and allow that, especially in a very isolating time, allow that element of connection and community for people. That was really important. The other thing that we wanted to make sure that we didn't lose was the live virtual connection with the trainer. So, when you're in our classes, we really do say that it's a personalized training experience, or a personal training experience within a group class setting. So you get the benefits of both. And it was important for us to provide a live platform so that people could connect to the trainer, pause, ask questions. The trainer could correct their form as they were going through the movement, to prevent injury, all of the same things that we try to do in our studio classes. It was important for us to maintain those things. In terms of what's next, while the connection and the group environment has been great, and the live interaction with the instructor has been really great, we also see that now everybody's schedule is all over the place. And our goal is really to provide the Physique 57 method anytime, anywhere. So if you're the type of person that can't stick to a schedule, or can't, come to one of the classes on our schedule, which we offer, somewhere between 40 and 50 classes a week. But even then, if you can't attend one of those, it shouldn't stop you from doing, just because you miss a class, shouldn't mean that you don't get the workout in. And so we're actually working on our on-demand platform in terms of how we can offer Physique 57 anytime, anywhere. And that'll be coming up. You'll see, a lot of it in the coming weeks, which is very exciting for all of us. But basically producing content that people can then, they can download the app and do a Physique 57 class anytime, anywhere. That's the goal.
That's looking forward to that, Mallika. And Shilpa, what do you have to say about it?
So fortunately for us, we were always connected with our consumers, our audience, through digital mode, social media. It has been a great platform, I must say, social media, to create that connect with our consumers. So fortunately, we always had that, and this situation has only made it more stronger, the digital presence. So we didn't have to shift much, but we continued to make it even more strengthening the whole aspect to it. However, like I mentioned earlier, we do see that because of this situation, many brands which were not available digitally were on the offline state have also moved online, and many more have cropped up. So we face that more as a challenge, and we have to see that we are educating the consumers correctly as to how to pick up the right product for yourself. That awareness is very important, because sometimes products do come up with a cheap variant, or a not right variant, not a compliant variant. Of course, now we have FSSAI, the Food Safety Authority of India. So the regulations are there in place. Like, we are always compliant with them, and they also make sure that such products are available in the market. So that has definitely helped. But that's the kind of challenges we face more on the nutrition side. And I think with time, creating that awareness and education using this digital media is what in future we need to keep working on. We have seen that earlier people used to not pick up nutrition easily. We've all known that. It was something that doctor will say, then I will pick it up. But now people are understanding that it's like food. No, you don't need to go to a doctor to pick up food. You just pick up food. So even supplements are part of that. So that awareness is coming, but it's still not there completely. And that's where we keep working on continuously to educate, I would say. At the same time, sometimes people think, oh, I had it for 10-15 days, so I'm done. That mindset, that it's a commitment. Your health cannot be taken care in 10-15 days. Like, sometimes you have abused your health over a period of time, so you can't expect it to return in 10-15 days. So it's a commitment. You need to give few months No, not expect, oh, I did a course of 20 days, 1 month, 15 days. It's not going to work. So continuous awareness and education is what I feel that digitally we need to work towards, to ensure that people are aware of these aspects as well. And it's not a temporary thing about immunity, about wellness, about supplements. It's not temporary. It's permanent. It's a commitment to yourself. And that's what one needs to know.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Yeah, it's a lifestyle. Like you are going to eat every day. It's your lifestyle. So that's how it has to be.
Exactly.
So commitment and dedication is definitely what we need. And that brings to really my last question. And I'm going to throw that open to both of you all. So Mallika and Shilpa, any parting notes, anything that you would like to tell our viewers, anything in particular that they must not do?
That they must not do.
Yes.
I have many thoughts on this.
Go on.
So I think, again, in this flurry of information, it's easy to get lost in trends. And right now, given the fact that we are in the middle of a pandemic, my suggestion is not to try things that are, super extreme, that could potentially risk injury and put you in a vulnerable environment. So if you're looking for nutrition options, pick things that are close to natural ingredients. Focus on things that are made for the Indian body. If you're looking for, fitness options, same thing. Look for workouts and fitness routines that are suitable for our bodies, that are low impact, but still give you results and still give you the benefits that you need when you say that you've exercised. It's not just enough to get your steps in. You have to build muscle. You have to give your blood somewhere to go. You have to give your immune cells a chance to circulate. And that's not just about light cardio or walking or steps. It's about building muscle and toning and replacing fat with muscle. So I would say, don't do things that are extreme. Don't do things that are high impact, and stick to what is good for our body composition.
That's great. Shilpa?
So I have a similar, I think we have had similar thought process, both of us. So yes, so something like Mallika mentioned, don't go extreme. And I said that at the beginning of my talk with you, that a very balanced approach, something that works for you. It's easy for you to commit to. So we come back to commitment. So do not do things which are temporary for your health. Give your health that commitment of a longer duration is what I would say is important. So do not do temporary things. Then do not, something that we talk about, even mental wellness. So think holistically. So don't focus on one aspect only, one diet only. So everything has to be a holistic approach, which does not works for one side of your body but affects the other side of your body. So think from a holistic approach. That's very, very important. And I think WFH continues, work from home, wellness from home. Both the things will continue, and with that, I think we can say that that's how the future is going to be, and one should remember that.
Oh, that work from home, and wellness from home, that's a new thing that I have learned. That's really nice. So Mallika, Shilpa, thank you so much. And they say that great minds think alike. So I'm sure that because both of y'all are on the same page, our viewers are not going to get confused, and they know where to come for wellness or physical exercise, to Mallika, and nutrition to Shilpa. So thank you so much.
So holistic approach is given here.
Yes, perfect. Thank you, Mallika. Thank you, Shilpa. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Vidhi. Thank you.